frantic red and blue flash of the ambulance, paramedic Maya knelt beside the new patient. She pushed back the stretcher straps and froze.
It's finally you.
Her voice was a stunned whisper. Tears slid down her cheeks as she stared at his face.
Do I know you?
Before Maya could respond, his eyes rolled back. The world went black. When he next opened his eyes, it was to the sterile white of a hospital room. A monitor beeped steadily. The paramedic, Maya, he would later learn, sat rigidly in the visitor's chair, still in her reflective uniform, her eyes fixed on him. He tried to lift a hand. Darkness swallowed him again. He surfaced hours later, alone. The chair was empty, but her presence lingered, heavy with unspoken questions. Why had a paramedic whispered those words? And why had she been searching for him for years? Yamato surfaced from the fog of unconsciousness to find a nurse adjusting his IV.
The paramedic, the one from the ambulance. Where is she?
The nurse told him her name was Maya. She'd been checking on him every hour since he arrived.
Checking on me? Why? She doesn't know me.
As if summoned, Maya appeared at the door. Her uniform was rumpled from her shift, and her eyes were red-rimmed.
You said you'd been searching for me. Tell me what that means.
I am just your paramedic. It's my job to make sure you are okay.
That's not what it looked like in the ambulance.
What's your name?
Yamato. She whispered the name, her eyes glistening. Then she turned and left, her promise to return hanging in the sterile air. Maya returned the next afternoon, her eyes still puffy. She clutched a small notebook as if it held answers.
Am I just someone you've mistaken for? Is this a case of wrong identity?
Show me your left hand.
My hand? Why? What could that possibly tell you?
Please, it's important. I need to see it.
Yamato raised his hand, palm up. The scar ran from his thumb to the base of his fingers. Maya inhaled sharply.
This scar, you have it. It's exactly what I've been looking for.
I've had it since I was a kid. I fell on rocks near a river, or so I am told.
Before he could ask more, she backed away. Her voice cracked into a sob as she mumbled something and fled the room. Yamato stared at the scar. For the first time, he felt it was a key to something he had no memory of. 2 days later, Yamato was discharged. The hospital paperwork felt heavier than his healing body. At home, he opened his laptop. Maya's name in the city pulled up a spotless professional record.
No scandal, no complaints, just a paramedic with a flawless career. So why is she so obsessed with my scar? Maybe she's just a stalker. But a stalker wouldn't cry in front of a patient like that. I need to confront her. Go to the hospital tomorrow and demand answers.
But at 9 p.m., a knock came. Through the peephole, a familiar face. Maya, out of uniform, on his doorstep.
I am sorry. I got your address from the patient file. I know I shouldn't be here.
You crossed a line, Maya. This is stalking. Give me one reason not to call the police.
I just want to talk. 5 minutes. Then I'll leave forever if you ask. Please.
Yamato hesitated. Then he stepped aside. Whatever she knew about that scar, it was now in his home. Maya sat stiffly on the edge of the sofa, Yamato standing over her, arms crossed.
I am not a stalker. I've been looking for someone for 20 years. Someone with a scar exactly like yours.
Who? Who could possibly have a scar like mine?
I don't know his name. I never saw him again after it happened, but I've been searching ever since. I only wanted to ask you one question. Then I'll go, I promise.
One question. Ask it.
How did you get that scar?
My parents said I fell on rocks near a river. I was too young to remember.
A river. A river. Do you know which one? Do you remember anything at all?
Yamato shook his head slowly. The scar was a blank, but her intensity made his stomach tighten. Yamato grabbed his phone. He needed answers only his parents might have.
Mom, do you remember the scar on my left hand? How exactly did I get it?
Her reply was hollow. A fall on river rocks as a child. A deep cut. No hospital. No other details.
That's it? No river name? Who was with me? You remember nothing?
The call ended with apologies. He stared at the phone, then turned to Maya.
I have to go to my hometown, to that river. I need to see it for myself.
Let me drive you. I've waited 20 years for this. Please, let me be there when you find out.
Yamato hesitated. Her desperation was unnerving, but refusing felt pointless.
Fine. You drive. But no more questions until we get there.
Tomorrow morning, they would leave. The scar, the river, and years of searching were about to collide. The highway stretched into countryside. Maya gripped the wheel, her eyes darting between the road and Yamato.
When I was 7, I fell into a river. The current pulled me under. I thought I was going to die. Then a boy appeared. He grabbed my hand and pulled me to the rocks. I saw his palm split open on the sharp edge. Before my parents came, he ran off. I never even got his name. All I had was the scar I saw on his hand.
She handed him a faded photograph. The river, fierce and wide, with a small figure on the bank.
This river, I don't feel anything. It's just water and trees.
The car pulled onto a gravel shoulder. The river murmured in the distance, unchanged after 2 decades. Yamato stepped out and walked to the water's edge. The rocks were slick with moss, just as described.
This is where it happened, right here, by those rocks. Do you remember anything? Anything at all?
But Yamato just stared at the water, his scar throbbing with a meaning he could not yet name. The river gave him nothing. A wave of dizziness hit Yamato. The river's murmur became a roar, and fractured images slashed through his mind.
Wait, I saw something. Water closing in. A scream not mine.
The flashes were sharp but disjointed, the taste of silt, a small hand reaching up, his own palm splitting on rock.
What else? Do you remember the face, the rocks? Please, Yamato, try.
I can't hold it. It's just noise. Stop pushing me. Why is she doing this? It feels like I am being force-fed someone else's trauma. Maybe the boy you are looking for is dead, or he forgot. Why can't you let it go?
You are all I have. 20 years. 20 years of searching, and you are the only match. Please, don't shut me out now.
Maya's sobs echoed across the water. She had laid her last hope at his feet, and he was kicking it away. But the weight in Yamato's chest felt like guilt, not anger. The river had given him a crack, and he was afraid to look through it. Maya wiped her tears and steadied her breath. A fragile resolve replaced the sobs.
There might be an old newspaper article in the town hall. They covered the rescue. Please come with me.
A dusty file room, yellowed pages, and there it was. Boy saves drowning girl. Disappears with a sketch. The sketch showed a dark-haired boy, thin, with a bandaged left hand. Yamato's blood ran cold.
That face. That's my face, but it can't be. It's just a coincidence. This doesn't prove anything. Lots of kids have dark hair. It's just a coincidence.
But the scar, the river, the date, everything matches. Why won't you see it?
Yamato bolted out of the town hall. His feet carried him back to the riverbank, as if the water could wash away what he'd seen.
Please, Yamato, don't run from this. You are the only one who can give me peace.
But Yamato just stood at the edge, staring at the scar, the sketch still burning behind his eyelids. Maya stumbled after him, catching his arm before he could retreat again. Her voice cracked with exhaustion.
Please, just let me see the scar. One more time in the light. That's all I ask.
Yamato's resistance crumbled. He turned his palm up under the golden afternoon sun. The sun traced every ridge of the old wound. Maya's fingers hovered, trembling.
The pattern is exact. The way it curves at the thumb. I've dreamed about this scar for 20 years. I didn't just see it from a distance. I held his hand while he pulled me from the water. I felt the wound under my fingers.
Yamato couldn't speak. The world tilted. He was no longer just a bystander. He was inside her memory.
He was scared. He ran because the adults might blame him, but he saved me first.
This can't be my life. I was just a clumsy kid. I never saved anyone.
The scar was no longer a childhood accident. It was a rescue badge, and Yamato had no idea how to wear it. Maya exhaled, as if releasing 20 years of weight. She sat on a rock and began to speak.
After that day, I couldn't forget. The boy who saved me became my reason to live. I trained as a paramedic to be ready. Every call, I hoped it was him. I never stopped looking. I owe him my life, and I needed to say thank you. I'll accept it if you are not him. I just need to know, so I can finally rest.
My parents' story never made sense. A fall on rocks? Why can't I remember anything? I need to be alone. Let me stay here with the river.
Maya nodded, backing away to wait in the car. She didn't argue. Yamato stood at the water's edge as the sun set. The river whispered secrets.
Somewhere in the water, a boy's hand reached for a girl's. Was it mine?
Kneeling by the water, Yamato let the river's rhythm pull him under. Fragmented images sharpened into memory. A girl's hand grabbed his. He dove, his palm splitting on rock as he dragged her to air. The sting of cold water, the weight of a small body, then running when adult voices called. Yamato opened his eyes. Tears traced paths to his chin. He touched the scar and knew.
It was me. 20 years, and I never knew.
He rose on unsteady legs, his face a map of shock and sorrow.
Yamato, do you remember?
He nodded. No words came. The nod was enough. Maya's hand flew to her mouth, tears spilling. The years of searching ended in silence. The river had returned what it took that day. But the words would come later. After the silence, Yamato's voice came, raw and halting. The memories spilled like water over rocks.
The river was so cold. I saw your hand reaching up, and I just jumped. The rocks cut my palm. It hurt, but I didn't let go until you were safe on the bank.
Take your time. I am here.
Then I heard adults shouting. I got scared and ran. I was just a kid. I didn't know what to do.
You saved me. That's all that matters.
She stepped forward and wrapped her arms around him, 20 years of searching dissolving into the embrace.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me back my life that day.
When they finally parted, Maya took his scarred hand in hers, tracing the lines as if to memorize them. The river carried away the silence. For the first time in 2 decades, Maya was whole. Maya pulled back slightly, wiping her eyes, but kept hold of his hand as if afraid to let go.
I spent every day wondering if you were okay, if you blamed yourself like I did. But now I can forgive myself. I can finally rest.
I am just glad you survived. I don't remember everything, but I am glad I could help.
She nodded, tears still falling. They stood in silence, the river murmuring at their feet.
I never wanted to disrupt your life. I just needed to say thank you once.
Yamato didn't know what to say. The weight of her gratitude was heavier than the river.
What happens now? Do we just go back to our lives?
Maya pulled him into another embrace, longer this time, full of the years they both had lost. When they finally let go, the sunset had turned to dusk. Tomorrow was uncertain, but somehow that was okay. The car hummed along the dark highway. City lights began to blink in the distance, but the silence inside was heavier than the miles behind them.
Now that I've found you, maybe I should quit being a paramedic.
Quit? Why would you do that?
This was the only reason I became a paramedic, to find the boy who saved me. Now that I have, I am not sure what comes next.
Yamato felt a sharp twist. They barely knew each other, but the thought of her disappearing from his life stung.
Can we stay in touch? I'd like to see you again. Not as a paramedic, but as someone.
I'd like that too, but I don't want you to feel like you owe me something.
This isn't about obligation. It's just, I don't want to lose touch.
Maya nodded, but her smile was tinged with something that looked like doubt. The promise was made, yet already fragile.
Is she just being polite? Or does she really want to stay?
Weeks passed. Yamato's messages to Maya sat unread, swallowed by silence.
She said she wanted to stay in touch. Was it just politeness? Or did I scare her off?
Desperate, he went to the paramedic station. The chief told him Maya had taken an indefinite leave. No explanation. No forwarding number. She had vanished.
If she wanted to disappear, why did she even say goodbye?
Then he knew. If she was anywhere, it would be the river, the place she'd been saved to find. He drove back along the empty highway, the same road they'd traveled together. At the river's edge, under the fading sun, a lone figure sat on the rocks. Maya didn't react as he approached. She just stared at the water, as if she had never left.
Maya,
You really came all the way here for me.
you disappeared without a word. Of course I came.
I am sorry. I thought if I disappeared, you'd forget the whole thing, that I'd be just another memory.
I don't want you to be a memory. I want to be your friend.
Are you sure? I don't want you to feel obligated because of the scar or the rescue.
I am not here because of the scar. I am here because the person I met in that ambulance is someone I want to keep knowing.
Then, let's stop running from this. Friends?
They exchanged phone numbers properly this time. No patient files, no secrets.
Thank you, Yamato.
The river washed away the past, leaving only the quiet promise of a friendship neither had expected. Months slipped by. Yamato and Maya met for coffee each week, their friendship growing easier with every shared story.
Yamato, there's something I need to tell you. I am pregnant. It was a brief relationship. He's not in the picture, but I am keeping the baby.
How do you feel about it? Are you okay?
I am scared, but I am happy. For the first time, I feel like I have a future to look forward to. I've been thinking about names. I want to call her after the river.
The river. Why?
That river nearly took my life. Then it gave it back through a stranger's hand. It feels right to honor that.
That's beautiful. She'll have a name full of meaning.
Yamato reached across the table and squeezed her hand. Whatever came next, he would be there. Over the months that followed, Yamato drove Maya to every prenatal appointment, carrying grocery bags and his old childhood scar into the waiting room each time.
You don't have to come every time. I know you have your own life.
You are my friend, Maya. Friends show up. Let me do this.
When the labor started, Yamato stayed in the waiting room for 12 hours until a nurse finally called him in. Maya lay exhausted, a tiny bundle in her arms. She looked up at him with tears in her eyes.
She's here. I'd like you to meet Mizuki.
Yamato approached slowly, as if the air itself had changed. He looked down at the newborn face and felt something shift inside him.
Mizuki, this is the wonderful stranger who saved my life. Because of him, you exist.
Hello, Mizuki.
The river name found a new life, and the scar that once meant fear now meant family. Mizuki grew into a curious 4-year-old, always asking about the scar on Yamato's hand. One afternoon at the river, she pointed to the water and asked, "Mama, why is my name Mizuki?"
Because this is where I learned that strangers can become the answer to a prayer.
She told the story simply, of nearly drowning, of a boy with a cut palm who vanished before anyone could thank him. When she finished, Mizuki looked at Yamato, who stood a few yards away.
That man over there. He's the one who saved me.
The child ran, splashing through the shallows, and threw her arms around his legs.
Your mom already thanked me enough, Mizuki, but a hug from you feels like a bonus.
Later, they sat together on the bank, the river glinting in the late sun.
Every time I see you two together, I remember that the rescue wasn't the end. It was the beginning.
The years passed like the river's current, steady, smoothing the sharp edges of memory. Yamato became a constant in their lives. Not a father, but a guardian the universe had placed there. He fixed broken toys, attended school plays, and told Mizuki tales of a brave boy with a cut hand who vanished before thanks could be given. Maya never remarried, but she never felt alone. The wound of the past had become a quiet contentment. Summers brought them back to the riverbank. Mizuki splashing, Yamato skipping stones, Maya reading aloud from a worn book. The place that had nearly stolen a life now echoed with laughter. Yamato never asked for more, and Maya never offered less. Their bond, forged in a childhood rescue, had outlasted time. The scar, once a mark of shame and fear, was now just a part of him, a map of where he'd been and who he'd saved. And the river flowed on, carrying the past into the future, unbroken by time or regret.
You know, I think the river chose us, Yamato.
Then I am glad it did.
The park bench emptied under a violet sky, the last warmth of the day fading from the wood. In her apartment, Maya stood by the window, her reflection a ghost on the glass, her empty palm pressed against the cool pane, while across the city another hand bore the scar of their shared past.
Thank you for saving me, twice.
Yamato sat alone on his sofa, the old scar catching the lamplight like a whisper.
Something feels complete tonight.
He closed his eyes and saw the river. Under the starlight, the water flowed as it always had, carrying no weight, only memory. And somewhere downstream, a little girl named Mizuki slept, dreaming of a boy who pulled her mother from the dark. The river gave, and the river kept, and in the end, it brought them all back home.